you. 2K Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Northwest Open is about to start. I'm Luke Elvey, alongside Rich Beam in the booth, and it's a hello to Henny Koyak down on the course, following our featured group.
Hi Luke and Rich, looking forward to following these two players again as they reignite their rivalry. I have a feeling we'll be in for some more exciting golf as these two battle it out.
Yes, what lessons have they learned in defeat? If you learn lessons in defeat and can turn it into a victory, well, you never lost, did you?
That dog will hunt.
Time for the second shot into the first. That's disappointing.
And coming up well short.
Didn't that look good for a long time? Par putt coming up here. And that's an opening hole par for this player.
Very nice par indeed. Very solid hole played.
Let's go down to John McCarthy, who's been walking the course, getting familiar with this layout. John, what can we expect from Chestnut Hollow this week?
I'll tell you one thing we can for sure expect. There will be a river and it will run through it. This stream runs all over this course and can kind of pop up where the players least expect it. So the players will need to be mindful of that. This stream feeds into a lake that comes into play on holes 10 and 16. Another thing to keep in mind this week is the contours of these fairways can be tricky. There are several fairways on this course that tend to tilt towards trouble. So players will need to be mindful of that as well. There's also a couple longer par 4s on this course, so I'm going to be looking forward to seeing how the players attack those. All in all, an exciting week ahead. Really eager to see how the players attack Chestnut Hollow this week.
Let's catch up with the current proceedings. And this putt is for birdie 3 on the scorecard. Ooh. A par putt on the table.
Oh, you know you want to.
And he holds it. What a putt. And it's time to recap that play.
Now this is how you putt. Take another look at this.
So no movement there. The player remains at even par. We find ourselves on a par 3 here. Opting for the 6 iron. This one looks like it's going right. That's not what they were looking for.
Oh, as we can see there, the wind definitely affecting that shot.
Why don't we catch up with Will Zalatoris?
He's got some work to do, but he's only one back from his rival.
This would be a great up and down. How close was that to going down? Let's see if you can make this. Keep the par on the card.
Starting to look really good.
This putt's about 4 feet from the hole. Yeah, you'll take that. Sitting at 1 over for the event. Let's see what happens here on the 4th. And just in the first cut here. Going with the 7. Well, they'd love a little bounce to the right here. Not a bad shot, that. Still a chance.
Outside chance for birdie here, Luke.
This is one of those lengthy putts. Good one just to get close.
With this putt, he'll get one up on Will Zalatoris. What a match this has been.
No, that's too bad.
Sometimes when you try and get it up the hill, you just forget to hit it sometimes, and it seems so in this case.
Now 6 strokes back after that hole. Let's see what happens here at the 5th. That's not what they hoped for. I'm definite about that. Henny, how bad is this lie?
Oh, no. This is nasty. Just no.
Oh, that's great. It just missed the hole. And finishing this hole with a little tap in. Now let's switch our attention to Will Zalatoris.
Who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
Our leader is a couple of shots up at this stage. The 6th hole here at Chestnut Hollow Ridge is a big par 5. 559 yards from those back tees.
Luke, I got to say, though, the big hitters that are not afraid to challenge that stream going down the left-hand side, they could reduce this to almost nothing. This fairway is firm and fast, and that golf ball will chase out forever. You must avoid the bunkers down the right-hand side, though, if you've got any chance or any hope of going for this green in 2. Coming up just a little bit shy of the green is actually a good leave. Leaves a simple pitch shot to a very long and slightly undulating green.
Getting ready to play their 3rd. 5 shots off the pace. Trying to get to 1 under here with this putt.
All right, guys. This for 2 birdies in a row.
That's a good putt to make that one. That's back-to-back birdies.
Kinda like it. 2 in a row. He's feeling it.
Oh, where he be now? Tony Finau in the lead. Teeing off here at the 7th. Opting for the 5-wood. That's a good-looking shot there. What's in front of them, Henny?
Setting up this putt 27 feet from the cup. What a great opportunity here for a look at a birdie.
Ooh, right by the hole. Yeah, well holed. Let's move on to the next. Why don't we catch up with Will Zalatoris?
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
Let's take a look at the leaderboard. He's sharing 13th place. Let's see what happens here at the 8th. Taking aim from about 220 yards out.
Puff of wind blowing right to left.
Hope it gets a good kick to the left. Okay, not the best result, but a chance to get up and down.
A bit too much club there.
Sitting at -1, just outside the top 10 on the leaderboard. Oh, wouldn't that have been nice? Looks like a pretty straightforward 5-footer to me. That's a good putt for par. You'll take it. Our current leader is enjoying a one-shot lead. Time to see what this par 4 has in store.
Pretty good shot there.
And Henny, what's he looking at here?
This breeze just starting to blow, but it's a helpful breeze. It's one that you like. Got to club down a little bit.
Not a bad approach, that one, up onto the green. A couple of putts from there, and that'll be a pretty good hole. This putt to move into the top 5 on the leaderboard. That was a gallant attempt. Didn't quite have the right stuff there.
That will drive you bats.
Now let's switch our attention to Will Zalatoris.
He's 2 strokes behind his rival this week.
Oh, almost went in. So after that effort, let's take a look at the leaderboard. So Rich, give us a halftime report.
Luke, so far, it's been entertaining watching these two go head-to-head. Not too sure exactly how this is going to play out, but so far, so good. Love watching these two compete.
Yeah, you hit a beauty, didn't you? What kind of shot are they facing here, Henny?
A little bit of breeze ruffling the old hair, and it's coming straight on.
Fingers crossed for a good kick to the left. Well, that's showcasing their power there, Rich.
I tell you what a sensational play. This player stepped up their game, a bold play, hopefully a bold reward.
Get in the hole. That's a fine effort, that one. You always want to putt those ones stone dead. Why don't we catch up with Will Zalatoris?
Who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
Pegging it up on the 11th hole here.
Luke, this player coming off a birdie on the last hole, getting some momentum going their direction.
Yeah, give yourself a pat on the back. Sitting at 2 under, currently in 4th position. Not a bad approach, that one. Not quite inside the birdie range, but you never know. Hole a long one, still counts. This putt coming up is for birdie. That'll sting a bit.
Can't believe he did that. That drives you bonkers as a player.
Now let's switch our attention to Will Zalatoris.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
Go in. Oh, that would have been nice to make. And after that effort, this is how the leaderboard looks right now. Time to play one of the one-shotters. Looks to be going with the 5-iron. Time for the second shot at the 12th. Just didn't drop. A par putt awaits. In she goes. Let's head to the next. Now 3 strokes back after that hole. This hole is a par 4. That looks to be a fairway finder to me. With an elevated approach ahead, they'll have to make sure they've got enough club. Looks to have chosen the 7-iron.
This one's heading towards the cabbage.
Not the result they were after there.
Oh, look at that. The wind just wreaking havoc with that shot. Disappointing.
Looks to be going with a hybrid here. Well, there's the line, the green side bunker. Can they get this one up and down? Henny, you've had the chance to have a look over this one?
All right, down the hill here. Got to be gentle.
It's got a chance. Okay, steady now. Playing their 5th shot. Just 3 strokes back. That'll certainly keep the momentum rolling. Big chip in there, Rich.
Chipping in for bogey. Luke, I don't know if that's a positive or a negative.
Currently 1 under for the event.
Moving down the leaderboard, Luke, never a good thing.
This hole is a par 4, and it's a pretty lengthy one at that. No point hanging on to that one. You didn't hit your best there. And Henny, what's he facing with this one?
Well, by my estimation, they're looking at 110 here.
Looks like they're going with the pitching wedge.
Nice out the rough here.
And here we are with the 3rd shot. 4 shots behind our leader. Just 10 feet to the cup here. Get excited. This could go in. The old hammer hands putt. Putting for a bogey. And it's back-to-back bogeys here. Got to turn this momentum around.
2 bogeys in a row. Never a good sign. Now playing a little defensively.
Yeah, I can understand you'd be disappointed by the bogey, but here's an opportunity to bounce back.
They've chosen to club down on this one.
That's just inside the range. A chance to get amongst the action of the top 20. If this putt drops. Yeah, that looked to be a bit of a misread. Just a 4-footer remaining.
Nice little par putt here.
And stepping up the standings after that effort. The 16th at Chestnut Hollow is a short 4, Rich, measuring just over 320 yards.
Only the biggest hitters, unless it's a prevailing wind, will be able to go for this green and one. A lot of players, however, Luke, will still take out the driver and try and get it as down there and to the right as far as possible to set up a very easy, simple pitch shot. I'm looking at this as a guaranteed birdie if you want to win this tournament.
Even for the day. With a flurry, they could break into the top 20. How close was that to going in the hole? Great shot. This would be a great up and down from this spot. Oh, I thought that one was going in. Big par saver coming up for this fella. This looks good. And gets that putt to drop. Gutsy effort.
Nicely done. Well fought hole right there. Bunkered off the tee, but makes that nice par save.
So after that effort, this is the current standings on the course. Trailing by 5 shots after that hole. Well, here we go, Rich. We're at the penultimate hole, the 17th. Opting for the hybrid, I think. Needs this to kick a bit left. And not a bad approach. He'll be putting.
Slim chance here for birdie, but you never know.
Here's Will Zalatoris. That's outstanding. Mark that down on the highlight reel. Okay, time to return to the action. Didn't quite get the approach close enough, so a long putt in front of them.
Their short game today has been absolutely sublime fun to watch.
That's disappointing. 7 feet to the cup. Oh, what a stroke. That will work. And staying right where they were in today's rankings after that. Well, here we are, the 18th hole. And after that par, they're looking for something good here. Even for the day. Looks like they've got the 5-wood. That one's heading out to the right. Getting ready to play their third. 5 shots off the lead. Okay, phase 1 complete. You've got to make a good putt here. The putt drops, and this player is finished for the day. Okay, 18 holes behind them and a solid start, but unspectacular.
Unspectacular. Yeah, it was just a blasé kind of round. Nothing really going either direction for them, and you know, there's a few rounds to go, but they need something good to happen.
Well, that just about concludes our coverage. On behalf of Rich Beam, I'm Luke Helvey. UK Sports and the PGA Tour, proud to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. We're at the Northwest Open. Today's coverage is about to begin. Pleased you could join us for this final round action. I'm Luke Elvey, here alongside Rich Beam. And Rich, it's the final round in this one. What's our next player dealing with as they start their round?
Look, this player starts off the final round a couple behind the lead. And let's face it, they need to have some inspiring golf out there today. They need to make birdies early and often if they want to chase down that leader. It sets up for a very exciting final round.
Can't wait to get into the action. Very excited to see how this player fares today. And Henny, what are they looking at here?
Setting up this putt 17 feet from the cup. A little birdie look in here.
The old-fashioned hammer hands. That'll ruin any putter's stats.
That starts off on a good line.
Well, that'll maintain the momentum. Nice par putt.
That's a rock-solid par right there.
Currently 1 under for the tournament. Time to tee off at the second. Not a bad line, this one. And what's in front of them there, Henny?
Yeah, I think he's got around 135. Wow, that one was a fairway splitter.
That was a little bit of a misfire, I'd say. Well, this is one of those lies that dictates a shot. It doesn't seem like it's a tough one. Well, that'll play, and that'll promote a good move up the standings. Well, that's worth reviewing. Let's roll the videotape.
I'm glad we get to see this again. This one should be practiced at home.
He finds himself in a share of 8th.
Gotta like it, moving up the leaderboard. Never a bad thing.
On the tee of a par 3. And choosing the 8-iron here. That should set up another chance. And this putt is for a big 2 on the scorecard. Ah, that's a punish. Nothing worse than putting it off for green. Ooh, that almost went down. And just a simple tap in left for bogey. And a little slide down the standings after that hole. Here we are at the 4th hole. Well, it'd be nice to see them bounce back after the drop shot at the last. Playing from around 160 yards.
One extra club required to this elevated green.
Come on, get a good bounce to the left. A putt for a place in the top 10. And that's a great way to forget about that bogey on the last. And with it, he'll move to a couple under par. Oh, that's worth a replay. Let's take another look.
What an amazing putt from way out.
He finds himself in a share of 10th place.
And after that good play, moving up the leaderboard.
Now on the tee, fresh off a birdie, a great opportunity to build on that momentum. That was a little untidy, wasn't it? Oh, Henny, that looks like a putrid lie. Is it bad?
Not the best tee shot, but they got lucky with this lie.
That should find the surface. Come on, let's make this putt. It's for a share of 4th on the leaderboard.
Looking great now.
That's a big time putt, that one. And their rival knows it too. They heard the cheers. And this player's moving up on the leaderboard after that hole. Let's see what happens here on the 6th.
Luke, I got to say, though, for the big hitters that are not afraid to challenge that stream going down the left-hand side, they could reduce this to almost nothing. This fairway is firm and fast, and that golf ball will chase out forever. You must avoid the bunkers down the right-hand side, though, if you've got any chance or any hope of going for this green in 2. Coming up just a little bit shy of the green is actually a good leave. Leaves a simple pitch shot to a very long and slightly undulating green.
And here we are with the 3rd shot. Just 2 shots behind. Oh, this would be a good putt to make, and with it, a share of 3rd spot. And that's their 4th birdie of the day. And that will take him to 4 under. And he finds himself in a tie for 3rd. Let's see what happens here on the 7th. going with the 5-wood. Yeah, not a bad effort, that one. Up onto the green and a chance to hole your putt. A birdie putt awaits. That one raced by. Bit of work coming back. This putt is about 16 feet.
This is what they have left for par.
Just 2 shots back after that hole. And now on the tee, coming off a bogey, trying to reclaim some momentum. Oh, well done. Taking aim from around 190 yards here. He's 2 shots back. This is from miles away. Oh, so close. An opportunity to make their par. Currently at -3 for the event. We have a par 4 on this one.
Going and going and going.
Second shot here on the 9th hole. That was special. 5 feet coming up to the cup.
It's looking solid.
That's a lovely putt to make for birdie. Take some pride in that one. And a spot in the top 5 also with that great shot. We have a par 5 on this one.
526 yards from the back tee. Players will be feasting on this hole. They're going to take that bunker down the right-hand side out of play. Go ahead and bomb it down there. Find the fairway. Leave yourself somewhere with a 5, 6, even 7 iron for the bigger hitters. Obviously, you have to avoid getting too aggressive with that second shot and dumping it in the water. So a lot of second shots here will be left out to the right-hand side, and hopefully players will get it up and down.
Needs this one to kick right. Oh, I love the look of that. Couple back, Rich, and had the courage to get after it.
Absolutely, Luke. Trailing by 2, you can tie the lead if should they make the putt.
That was a shot and a half. So close to the eagle. Just 1 off the lead after that hole.
Getting closer to that top spot on the leaderboard. This is getting interesting.
And coming off the birdie, they'll be proud of themselves. A chance to keep it rolling. And this one might just sneak off the fairway. And Henny, what are you seeing down there?
He's setting up here from about 115 yards.
Yeah, nicely played. A lot on the line here. This putt for a share of top spot. Oh, gee, that line was looking good, wasn't it? And this one is for his par.
The putt is underway.
Yeah, he'll take that. Currently at -5 now for the event. Let's head to the 12th hole, shall we? Looks to be going with the 6 iron. A wonderful shot and a birdie opportunity coming up at the 12th.
Of all the shots that I like the most, that one ranks right up there.
And that makes him tied for first.
Moving up the leaderboard, I like it.
Here we have a long par 4. It's going to take 2 great shots to get on.
Oh, look at this soar through the air.
Elevated greens are always difficult to approach. Make sure you got the right number. Going with the 7.
Needs a little ground help to the left.
Yeah, well played.
That would be back-to-back birdies for this player.
This putt to get to 7 under the card.
Their short game has been very impressive. They've been really sharp today.
Well, that's too bad.
A little too cautious on that effort there, Luke.
He's currently in a share of top spot. Let's see what happens here at the 14th. Now this one looks to be heading down the runway. Playing from around 150 yards here. He shares the lead.
Feeling strong, going for less club.
Wonderfully played. What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
They've just got to focus on hitting the back of the cup, guys. This is up the hill, bit of extra juice needed.
Didn't quite have the right stuff there. You've finished your work on that hole. Let's take a look at the next one. Currently 6 under for the event. Teeing off here at the 15th hole.
Yeah, this one just swerving the green to the right-hand side.
Didn't that look good for a long time? And this putt coming up for his par. He's currently tied for first. Well, now we find ourselves on the tee of a short par 4.
Only the biggest hitters, unless it's a prevailing wind, will be able to go for this green and one. A lot of players, however, Luke, will still take out the driver and try and get it as down there and to the right as far as possible to set up a very easy, simple pitch shot. I'm looking at this as a guaranteed birdie if you want to win this tournament.
Just let that shot be water off a duck's back. Second shot here on the 16th. Trying to get it to 7 under par with this putt.
This is what they have left for birdie here.
Don't want to state the obvious, Rich, but a little too hard, that one. Managing to maintain their position on the leaderboard after that effort. Teeing off now on this par 3. Opting for the 5-iron. Quality shot, that one. What's in front of them, Henny, with this putt?
Straight back up this hill. Can be firm here.
Yes, they've made it. And that will take him to 7 under. And with that, he's now broken the tie, all alone at the top of the leaderboard. Well, this is when the adrenaline really starts to kick in. Leading the tournament with the final hole to play. Good luck.
Nicely done.
Second shot here on the 18th hole. Oh, no one likes a plug lie. Really, just getting it out of the bunker is a big deal here. Oh, he's been putting on a clinic all day. Another beauty by our leader.
Just a fantastic.
That was an impressive round. The player got themselves into a position of tied for first, but now they've got that nervous weight in the clubhouse, Rich.
There's nothing worse as well. They've done what they can today. We'll have to wait and see how this all shakes out.
Well, when it comes to performances that they'll remember, that certainly has to be one of them. What a brilliant play today.
A match for the books, Luke. I'm just happy that I got to witness that and see that. What a rivalry it was in the lead up to this epic match, and they took down the hero. They come out on top of not just the rivalry, but also the event.
Well, that was a thrilling day, and on behalf of myself, Luke Elvey, Rich Beam, and all the hard-working folks at 2K Sports, thanks for your company. We look forward to the next time you join us. .2K Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, is delighted to present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Travelers Championship is about to begin. Pleased you could join us for this first round action. I'm Luke Elvey alongside Rich Beam in the booth, and it's a hello to Henny Koyak down on the course following our featured group.
Thanks, Luke. Hi, Rich. Yeah, there will be fireworks out there today, let me tell you. These two players have been going back and forth at each other on social media. They have something to prove out on this golf course today.
Well, the only thing that really goes against Xander Schauffele is he doesn't win as often as he should. But every attribute in his game is just exceptional. You're talking about one of the best players out on tour.
Just needs a little bit more of a kick to the right.
Scorecard filled with threes never hurts. Good putt to make this. Fair effort. Starting the round at even par.
Nothing wrong with an opening par, just easing their way into this round.
The second, a short par 4 playing up the hill, just 345 yards.
How aggressive do you want to be? Do you want to take driver out and try and get it up to the front edge, or are you going to lay it back with a long iron? That are the two thoughts that players must face. Second shot into a minuscule green with a pot bunker on the left-hand side that could be the meanest one on the golf course.
Oh, absolutely flushed. We'll now move over to Xander Schauffele.
Yeah, he just made bogey on that last one.
And just about 8 feet left to the hole.
He's staring down a birdie putt here.
Super shot, that. Currently 1 under for the round. The players will face themselves with their first legitimate test at TPC River Highlands, the par 4 third.
Dogleg from right to left. Just avoid those bunkers both right and left. And there's not a single one up there on that green. This green is fairly flat with runoffs on all sides of this green. It's a wonderful design.
This one needs to kick left. Left yourself an opportunity. Oh, good look at a birdie here. Oh, just missed. Oh, what a shame. That would have been a nice one to hole. Looking good. Oh, so close. And unfortunately dropping back to level with the card.
Not much happening. Moving down the leaderboard, never a good sign.
The 4th hole at TPC River Highlands certainly asks for a longer shot, Rich.
Danger here is leaving your tee shot out to the right in the trees and the bunker. If you hit it down the left-hand side, expect a much longer second shot.
This one from about 160 yards out. Opting for the 9-iron. Oh, this one's right down the pipe. That was a beauty, right against the hole. Now heading over to Xander Schauffele.
He's trying to pull ahead in this group rivalry. Let's see what happens.
Okay, let's get back to the action. It's just about 3 feet away.
Now, with any luck, they can hold this and manage to leave Xander Schauffele behind. Get some momentum here.
The par 3 fifth is no snack either, particularly at the distance of 230.
That's its only defense here, Luke. The green is fairly flat, has a couple of bunkers up there surrounding it, but to be fair, at 230 yards, it's a pretty simple, straightforward, long par 3.
He seems to have all the wind in his sails and maximum confidence out today against Xander Schauffele. I think Xander didn't really know what he was getting himself in for after that shot.
Our current leader is up by 3 shots. The 6th is the first of our par 5s, and at 586 playing slightly downhill, Ridge. Players should be enticed to go for this green in 2.
Most players in this field will be looking to knock it on in 2. Tee shots want to favor the right-hand side to shorten up the hole ever so slightly. The second shot will be semi-blind, taking it over some bunkers and some mounds to a green that runs from right to left. Bunker front left and a runoff area over on the right-hand side. Shouldn't be too much of a bother for most of these players.
Well, this person displays the power game in pure fashion there.
Absolutely love watching a player be bold and be rewarded for it.
Well, that's a bit disappointing.
Well, I think they fell in love with the line, forgot about the pace.
We'll now move over to Xander Schauffele.
Yeah, he needs to press on that gas pedal. He's 2 strokes back from his rival.
Some lovely momentum for this player, moving up the leaderboard. The par 4 7th, just under 450 yards in length, Ridge. 2 just accurate shots needed here.
Just a straightaway drive and a straightaway second shot will get it done 8 days a week on this hole. The second shot, though, into a green that has 2 tiers on it. If you're not on the correct tier in 2, you're going to face a difficult putt.
Come on, look after us. Little bounce to the right here. Not a bad approach. Grab the putter from the caddy. You're dancing. Putting for birdie. That's frustrating. 4 feet to the cup. That gets the job done. Now heading over to Xander Schauffele.
He's just coming off a drop shot on that last hole.
And after that effort, let's take a look at how it stands. Now 5 strokes behind. I really like the 8th here at TPC River Highlands, a good par 3.
This is a strong par 3. Water shouldn't come into play as it's some 15 yards short of the green. However, there's runoff areas both right and left that could cause some issues for these players.
Well, Rich, from where I'm sitting, this looks makeable. Do you agree?
Luke, I just don't see this happening. I tell you, I'd love to see this player prove me wrong, though.
Let's move 1 step closer to the lead here. This putt for a share of 4th. Yeah, good putt. Well hold. Our leader is up by 4 shots now. The 9th is a par 4, right on 400 yards, Rich. But recently, players have been a little bit more aggressive off the tee.
Players are trying to take all the bunkers in the fairway out of play by taking driver and hitting it over the right-hand one. From there, players will have a very simple second shot to a green that's fairly bland, Luke. There's just not much to it. This is a great birdie opportunity.
You like that, didn't you? Not bad. An opportunity for a birdie here. You can mark it down. That's birdie number 4 today. And that will take him to 3 under. We'll now move over to Xander Schauffele.
Now, who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
Trailing by 4 strokes. The second 9 starts with a great par 4, this 10th hole, and really features a big tree off the tee.
I love this tee shot. It is narrow. You have to thread a bunch of trees. This is a great opportunity to tee that driver up low and chase it down that fairway. Second shot downhill ever so slightly to a green that chases away from you. What a wonderful, wonderful hole.
And he's down there.
Setting up here from about 145 yards.
Chosen the pitching wedge here. That's tidy. What have they got in front of them here, Henny?
This is a 12-footer here. Looking for another birdie here.
Steady on. This putt is about 8 feet.
This is what they have left for a par.
Our leader is enjoying a 3-stroke advantage. Downhill par 3s, Rich. Lots of fun to play, particularly when it's only a wedge.
Yes, but be careful from the wind. This green is surrounded by large trees, and that wind can really swirl around this green. It's a good opportunity to make birdie, but bogeys might happen if you're not careful.
How close was that to going down? Oh, a lovely opportunity to save par here.
Rolling end to end, this looking nice.
And down she goes. And now at 3 under overall. Rich, the 12th, a par 4 measuring just over 400 yards. How do you play it?
Grip it and rip it. Those fairway bunkers down the right-hand side, they are really not a big bother, so try and take those on as best you can. The further you drive it down there, your second shot becomes so much easier as this green is perched above you. Again, another good birdie opportunity here.
Getting ready to play their third. Currently 4 shots off the pace. Wow, that almost went in the hole. What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
Yeah, he's staring down about 12 feet. An important par save.
Now that's a mistake. How do you leave that short?
I hate to use the word choke, Luke, but that's exactly what happened there. A flat out choke.
So after that effort, let's take a look at the leaderboard. He finds himself in a share of 11th. Well, birdies would certainly be on the mind of the players when they stand on the tee at the par 5 13th, Rich. But there are bogeys here as well if you're not careful.
Don't get careless with this tee shot. Don't avoid the water on the right and try and hit it down the left-hand side, because out of bounds comes in quickly, just left of those fairway bunkers. From the fairway, you have to decide where you want to go for it or lay it up out to the right. Any shots missed out to the right will leave a delicate chip to a green that runs away from the player towards the water.
Trying to get it to 4 under with this putt. Not sure if they understood the lie of the land there, Rich. Oh, I thought that one was going in. He's got a par putt here. Let's see if he can make it. Trailing by 5 shots after that hole. Let's head to the 14th, Rich. A short par 4, but you've got to hit your tee shot up the hill.
Up the hill, dogleg from right to left, but one of the most generous fairways on this golf course, if not the most generous. Anything up to the right-hand side will open up the second shot to the green that sits well below you. Any tee shots missed over to the left, however, you could have some tree issues.
Going with the pitching wedge here.
Yep, that'll work. That's fine.
And this putt to move into the top 5. Oh. Yeah, not much to sweat there. Now heading over to Xander Schauffele.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
Well, that's got to have some impact on the scoreboard. Let's take a look. Our current leader is enjoying a 2-stroke lead. Well, Rich, as we approach the closing holes here at TPC River Highlands, there are some significant shots to hit, and here at 15, it's certainly one of them.
The tee shot is most definitely an important shot. If you hit a little bit too far left, water scary close to the left-hand side. Out to the right is no good. Length isn't nearly as important as how straight you can drive it.
All in all, a very exciting short par 4.
Love this hole.
Ouch, that hurts. Pretty straightforward 4-footer coming up here. Nicely holed, and for par. We'll now move over to Xander Schauffele.
Who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
Currently 2 under for the event. The final par 3 at TPC River Highlands certainly brings a lot of elements into play.
Multiple tiers on this green. If you find the right tier, you have a good birdie opportunity. But if you hit a wayward shot, both right, left, long, or let's face it, short, you're in a bad spot.
Was on a good line. Big putt for par coming up. Now 5 strokes behind. And a par 4 awaits at this next hole. That's a nice looking tee shot, that one. Second shot here on the 17th. This one heading towards the green. That's a tad wayward. Not quite finding the surface.
Well, that's a strange miss there, Luke. They've been hitting the greens all day long.
Well, this would be a great par putt if he can make this. Now heading over to Xander Schauffele.
Birdied their last hole.
Not ideal to find the fairway bunker, but a chance to make amends. The leader now has a 1-stroke advantage. The finishing hole at TPC River Highlands has gone through a few adjustments over the last handful of years, and it's also seen a very significant moment in the history of the PGA Tour.
Plenty of fantastic moments here. Tee shot goes back up the hill, over a rise, semi-blind tee shot, find the fairway, and you're going to have an excellent look at the green and a possibility of making birdie.
It was the site of the lowest ever round recorded on the PGA Tour, a 58 if you don't mind. That's not the outcome they were after.
Oh, a dead push with that one.
Pretty good chance here. This one's for par. That was a gallant attempt. And just a little bit of clean-up work remaining on this hole. And your day comes to an end. Well, that's a shame. Off to a great start, but ultimately they blew it.
They did. It was, they had everything going in the front nine, and all of a sudden they make the turn, and where does it go? Right down the toilet.
Well, on behalf of myself, Luke Elvey, and Rich Beam, thanks for tuning in.